Hello and welcome back to Retro Pixel Castle and the town of New Morlandia. That's right, we are New Morlandia. Last time we managed to get, what did we actually get running? We definitely got running our farms, and I think we bolstered the defenses last episode as well, but we did also christen our town as New Morlandia, which I would say was the most important thing that was done last time. Because the name of a town is incredibly important, it must be said. So this time we're going to have to work, probably actually get the Wayfinder's shack up and running, because we do need roads. Roads will massively increase the efficiency of our town by a lot. And then we also probably need to deal with housing, because we now have basically only 5 remaining slots to actually fill with people. And personally, I would like more than 36 individuals in the town. 36 is not quite enough. So we're gonna have to work on probably upgrading these tents into the next level of housing, which holds significantly more people. Man, at the same time, we are kind of running out of wood. Oh, right. There was that other goal we had. I only kind of mentioned this, but potentially if we could expand our colony down to this food source, wall off this area, that could be a good move. Actually, it doesn't look too hard to do that. I mean, in saying that, we would have to first cut down this wall, risk terrible demons of the night coming in, and then we would have to wall off this section, which is not the end of the world. We could do it. We could do it. I mean, I don't think that's a job for today, to say the least. We would need more forewarning on that one. But it's something to keep in mind, because we could use more living space. That would be great. In the meantime, though, it looks like, things are just calm. It's the morning of summer, day 8. I don't know. I think we're getting pretty close to autumn, which is good, because we are seriously running out of food right now. We have 8 individual meals for 31 people. Starvation is going to set in soon, actually. Correction, starvation has set in right now, so we should probably work on getting some of that food up here. I think that's gonna be our goal right now, to actually include this food patch in our entire town. Now that's gonna require not only the creation of walls and such, but we're gonna need to use campfires to expand our range as well. Oh, this is concerning. We can't let anyone starve, or else basically we could be done for at that point. Hello, zombies. Welcome to our colony. I hope you enjoy our colony. You're gonna get absolutely destroyed by a million golems. Golems, do your job. Take down the zombie. Man, zombies are pretty tanky, though. Oh, he's getting all the way into the village center. Bartholomew! You had one job! It's to not let people into the village center. Well, correction. It's to not let zombies into the village center. You can let people into the village center. That's fine. They're supposed to be there. But the zombies, they are not supposed to be there. They should not be in the village center. In the very least, we got the farms done, the new farms, which should be planted come autumn, which is, a little ways away, but it'll be fine for now. We can start actually picking up this food since they don't have to go too far. Oh, it's only 4 carrots. Oh, that's so bad. That is so absolutely terrible. Now, we need more than 4 individual carrots to start actually, bringing us out of this starvation stupor that we're currently in. Oh no, is there any other food nearby? New Morlandia is now suffering from a food crisis, one that we didn't expect to have to suffer from again. Personally, I was hoping that at the end of the last food crisis, we wouldn't see that situation anymore. Looks like the next closest patch is over here, and that is quite a ways away. We'd have to book it over there if we wanted to get any food. Hey, slime! You are not allowed in! Look, see this little patch? You are now no longer allowed to go anywhere. You will stay in that little grove in the woods, and you will stop complaining. Actually, he's not going to stay in the little grove. he's actually going to try to cut his way out of the forest. So, you know, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a good punishment because he's going to have to put all that effort into, like, cutting through all the wood to get out. But the slime will eventually get out and probably seek vengeance on the town overall for having doomed him to such a fate. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure the slime wanted to kill us to begin with, so arguably, we're kind of back at square one at that point. Ugh. I mean, at least the front of the village is well defended. This section, not so much. Literally any of these guys, like this guy right here, could decide that, as he has actually decided to do, he's decided that this is the perfect entrance through which he can enter the town. And I will admit, it is true. That is the perfect entrance. By the way, we have a new person in the workforce. Unfortunately, you lived your entire childhood life to become, what? A filthy building peasant. I don't know who you are, but it probably wasn't worth doing all that surviving just to be a filthy building peasant. Oh, is that Joseph Morland? Joseph Morland, Duke of Morland. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Duke of Morlandia. Unfortunately, not Duke of New Morlandia. Should we get a Duke for New Morlandia? I mean, Joseph Morland already has that title, so he can't really be like a double Duke. That's not really a thing that happens. Who's gonna be our Duke? Can't be Amari, because Amari is part of the Gestapo. And quite frankly, we don't really need to give them all that much more stuff. Oh, Shea, which is, by the way, perfect name. But also, Shea is now officially going to be the Duchess of New Morlandia because I've just, you know, I actually know of the Sheas. We had a run-in with the Sheas earlier. I believe that their daughter became a cook, and that's why we know about the Sheas. Someone else also came to adulthood. So the Sheas are now the Duke and Duchess of New Morlandia. I don't know who this Kiernan Shea is, but Kiernan Shea is the Duke. Shea herself is the Duchess. And that begins the great reign of nobility within the actual New Morlandia, which also gives the Gestapo something to actually work towards. Because currently they've been just like, you know, just enforcing whatever law they feel like at any time. Now there's an actual law and like upper class for the Gestapo to support, which is really the ideal situation for any Gestapo. I mean, you can't just let the Gestapo run wild on their own. That would be ridiculous. I mean, what kind of law would they be upholding if the Gestapo were to work on their own? I mean, one would argue overall whether or not the Gestapo actually supports any law or whether or not they support an anarchic system of viciousness, but given that I am on the side of the Gestapo, as the Gestapo is also on my side in Morlandia, New Morlandia, sorry, I would have to say that I believe that the Gestapo does great work. Don't quote me on that. Definitely don't quote me out of context on that, because that'd be really weird. Barbara Amari, she's not being sent to any work right now. Barbara Amari should be becoming a builder, because we need yet another builder. And it's fine for the Gestapo to be builders. They're not filthy peasant builders. They're just like incognito Gestapo dudes. They have to go undercover to, you know, figure out what people are thinking so that they can, of course, police what people are thinking. How do you expect the Gestapo to police people's thoughts if they don't know what their thoughts are to begin with? It's simple. It's just a simple thing. It has to be done. Okay, so we've set up the new nobility of New Morlandia, which is pretty good. We needed it at some point. Looks like the southern defensive wall is being built up. I mean, it's gonna take a while, and it is currently evening on day 8, so I am somewhat concerned about this situation. I mean, we have a lot of god points up here to use a ton of abilities to protect the town tonight, so I think we'll be fine. It's just a matter of seeing how things play out. Like, we have a few abilities we can use. We could use our Fire Blast to actually, like, kill things. We have a Flame that, basically is a weak form of the Fire Blast. And we have this Banish ability that sends enemies to a random location on the map, which is pretty useful for getting rid of, like, big groups of enemies that are pushing in. So if we use all of those abilities well, I think even if we can't finish this, southern wall before night falls, then I think we'll still be alive in the very least. New Morlandia will not fall to a bunch of disgusting zombies. It's always the best situation. Builders, where are you all at? All the builders don't seem to be working all that quickly. It may be because they're like taking wood from the other side of the village, which I would say is not necessarily the best idea, people. I specifically set up a little woodworking area so that you could cut down wood over here. Oh my word. Bonnie Schneider. Hey Bonnie Schneider, how's it going? It seems as though the population of the village is increasing quite quickly. Normally, I would be all for this. I would be very happy about the continued increase of population. Unfortunately, already 10 villagers are starving. That's not a good thing. That's not a good sign. Things are not going well for us. And night has arrived, and the southern defensive wall is not up and running. Oh my word, we're doomed, aren't we? This is it. It's over. New Morlandia, and all of our hopes and dreams have just been destroyed. I mean, oh god, no. Oh god, no. The Headless. They come for us! Oh, and by the way, these are flaming pits. They spawn flaming elementals. It's kind of the worst. Oh my goodness. Look at them. They've built like an entire civilization down here. It is not even close to as interesting as New Morlandia, but it's a civilization nonetheless. Okay, so we're probably going to have to banish away a good amount of these Headless, because there's just not enough defenses in the south for us to deal with it. I mean, on the other hand, basically nothing is going to come from the north tonight, because the main pocket of enemy resistance is over here, and they head up this way. So the golems may be able to, on their own, deal with this string of headless zombies. Hopefully. We'll have to see how things go, because they will be accompanied by, I guess, some fire elementals? No, it looks like the Headless are going in on their own. That is a mistake, Headless. You are all very pathetically weak. Like, look, who is this? Barney Houghton is literally going up against the Headless in 1v1 combat. I mean, I guess it's technically not 1v1 combat. It's more like 1v30 combat, as 30 Headless are trying to kill him. But, I mean, he took out 2 Headless easily on his own. I don't even know if he had a sword. It's hard to tell. Oh, and there's some combat going on down here. Towers, can you deal with the vicious creatures of the night? That's basically your only job out here. Ugh. Well, it looks like we actually did deal with that onslaught. There is another onslaught coming, but it is smaller than the previous one. So hopefully, you know, we won't even have to use Alberto Amari! No. One of the Gestapo has starved to death. Oh, he got so immersed in his role as a filthy peasant builder that he forgot that he was actually supposed to basically be nobility. He didn't eat the food that was supposed to be set aside specifically for the nobility so that they didn't starve to death, because it doesn't matter if the peasant builders starve to death, that's fine. But if the nobility starves to death, that's terrible. And he didn't eat from that stockpile. Oh, Joseph Amari, you've made a mistake. Oh, we lost a good member of the Gestapo today, people. A great member of the Gestapo. Oh, you will forever be remembered. Someone had better make a grave to that man. I don't know if there aren't actually graves. I can't say I don't know if there are or not, because there definitely 100% are not graves in this game, but if there were graves, we would be digging one for him right now in the village center. Oh, Carol Ford. That is really quite a shame. No, Gwen Schneider! The Schneider family is suffering now. Oh, they just got a new member, and now they're all gonna die. Hey, look, a health potion. What are you guys doing? Golems, there's combat to be done up here. What is going on? Jeez. Anyway, there's a health potion there. Maybe someone who, is like dying of hunger can eat that health potion. And instead of dealing with the issue of, you know, they need to eat food, they can just, heal themselves of their constant slow demise. That'd be nice. That'd work out in our favor, right, people? No? Yeah, no? Oh, it's hard to tell. Hard to tell. How you doing, skeletons? There's 2 skeletons trying to beat up Bill. Bill, of course, is pretty serious, so he's not going to be so easily defeated. And his friends are coming back to try to save him, which is questionable as to whether or not that'll work. Hedwig Potter? Great name. Great name. Such a good name. Perfect name. Unfortunately, Hedwig Potter has just died. Oh, I didn't even know we had an owl in our town. That is unfortunate. Poor Hedwig is dead. Ah, so many. No, Joseph Morland! Oh, Joseph Morland! You were killed by a skeleton? What? Who allowed the Duke of Morland to be murdered by a skeleton? Bill, it's your job to make sure that everyone is safe. Joseph Morland died to a skeleton. There's no Duke of Morlandia anymore. Ah, now we only have 1 Duke and 1 Duchess. This is terrible. This is a catastrophe. And, oh, it'll bring us to the end of this episode. This has been a terrible episode. Terrible things have happened. We've lost great people here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, no doubt more people will starve to death because it's still summer, but we do have 1 day until autumn. So hopefully that works out. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day. Shay, no!